Hello and welcome back to Dabnica. Right, so I've bought something on the farm because I was fed up of me tank obviously getting really low and it's taking a while. There's a plane going over that's pretty loud. Anyway, yeah, so I bought this fuel tank. It was 1500, it was actually the cheapest one I could find. And yeah, it's just perfect for this kind of startup on this farm. So yeah, 1500 quid, and obviously now we don't have to travel far. So the actual fuel tank on the tractor's full, which is good, so we don't have to keep travelling up and down or worry about the fuel running out, because we can always go and fill it up. And it's only like £25 to fill up the tank anyway, so not too bad. I bought 2 crates, as you can see. There's another one over here as well, and the tree that was just left, there was a little bit left, I've obviously chopped up and put in there, so I'm probably going to chop down another one. I think we've actually only got, because we're not going to take down that tree, we've got this one, that one, that one, and because I bought that land, which was about £135, it did give me, wrong one, it did give me an extra bit here. I know there's more around, but I did mention in my last video that I'm not going to obviously go too far, because I think to buy all that for £135 just doesn't make sense. So what I've done is just decided that I've bought this little bit here, and anything on that side we could probably take, and it's really just that bit though. Eventually we will buy these fields. That's 60,000, and that's 60,000 just to expand out the farm, especially this direction. I think that would make sense, but I think because this is the flattest area, when we do put buildings in, this is going to be where we obviously do that, just on the flat area. But we can always expand to a different yard if we get to that point. So looks like we got this tree, and anything on that side, there might be a few little ones. That small one's nothing. Yeah, there's definitely that one. So we haven't got that many anyway. That's the point I was making. I definitely haven't got enough, I'd say, to fill up the 3 sell points, because that one did have it had a capacity of about 80,000, I think, if I remember, so we put about 2,000 in there, so still plenty of room left. So I think the aim for this video is going to be to obviously buy a planter to do some sugar beets. Now, I found all the equipment that I need for sugar beets, and it is affordable. For about £1,000 I can get a topper, and I can also get the kind of harvester bit that picks up the sugar beets. I think it's about 1,500 as well for the actual planter for the sugar beets. And then we need to buy some actual seeds as well. So we'll go and do that first, and then I'm going to probably focus on selling some more wood to get a bit more money. I have to keep in mind that this tractor is only 35 brake horsepower, so at some point we want to try and, when we get enough money, obviously, we want to try and up that. If we aim for about 80 or 90, I think that should be good enough. I know we're not going to get much more than that, but I think that should be fine. I've just noticed that the time is not on ×5, which is what it should be on. So I've put that back up. I mean, you never know, we could obviously expand to one of these fields, but these are obviously going to cost a lot more. I mean, if them ones at near my farm cost 60,000 each, this has got to be, I don't know, 100,000 probably. I don't know, they are bigger. And they're still not the biggest field on the map itself. The map makes it look small, but when you look at the size of it, it's actually pretty big. Right, so I'm at the shop. I have realised that I forgot the front loader, which is a real error, because obviously we're going to need that for the seeds. So what I'm going to do is just fill up here, and then, yeah, fill the planter up here, and then I'll be back anyway, so I'll come pick the seeds up. Probably when I need another piece of kit, I'll have to come back anyway, so it's not an issue. Hopefully there'll be enough seeds anyway to sow that field, so we shouldn't have a problem. So let's just have a quick look at what we've got. Right, so this is the one that I've gone for. This is going to be 1,870. So 2 meter spread, holds 100 litres, not much at all. It's cheap and cheerful and it'll do the job. So I'm just hoping that the seeds last. They should do, but there's only one way to find out. Right, so we obviously also need a pallet of sugar beet seeds. It's 1,290, but we've got to buy it. So we really do need to sell some more firewood straight after this. So if we get hooked up and then fill it up and hopefully it'll last. And if not, I'll have to just come back and get it. It was my mistake, I forgot all about it. There we go. Really quick and easy. It actually looks pretty cool. It's much bigger than it looked in the shop as well, so that's pretty cool. I like it. It's dead old school. You can tell that it's vintage. But it should do the job, and that's the main thing. And we should get some good money for the sugar beets, to be honest. So I think we do get more than what you would get for potatoes, and I think the price of the potatoes is obviously higher, but like I said, we should get more sugar beets. So, and it's the easiest one. Planting potatoes is a lot more difficult. You can't use a planter like we can with this, so I don't think we could even start with potatoes even if we wanted to. So we'll crack on straight away with it, get it in the ground. Like I said, this is our last chance to do it, that and tomorrow, so it has to be done in spring. We've also got some weeds popping up as well, so we need to sort them out. And I've got an idea for that as well, a really good idea, and it's an affordable idea. So we just need to keep our eye on the seeds, and they look like they're not going down at all, so not too bad. I mean, I have got the mod that adjusts the seed rate, so it's supposed to be realistic, so it is going down but very slowly, so that's alright. It basically means that them seeds that we've bought should last a while. It does leave a weird track. But I like it. I think it's vintage and yeah, it's doing a good job. I wonder what this mark is though that it's leaving. It's a strange one. Just check that it's actually planting. Look at the size of that field. It's tiny compared to these. It's tiny. Yeah, it is planting anyway, so that's good news. I do like it, I do. I think it's really good. These vintage pieces of kit, sometimes you just, yeah, they look really good. And it's always something different, obviously. It's not often that you're using something like this, so it's a nice change to the channel. I like how it's actually leaving a mark. A strange, like a unique marking from, it looks like it's from this bit. So as that's obviously going down and putting it in, it's like this bit's flattening it out. It looks pretty good. So this shouldn't take too long, but what I'll probably do is I'll put a little time lapse in now, and then I won't need to do one later on when we're actually doing the firewood. hardly any seeds, absolutely nothing. So obviously the way it is you don't use much seeds when it comes to sugar beets, so fair play. See if we can just fit that up there. Wow. There we go. So I was actually thinking as well about the fact that we probably need to put some fertiliser on this. Now I know it's going to work differently because of the fact I'm using precision farming, and that piece of land there, yeah, it's not going to show up as anything. So just actually looking around, looking at all the weeds, there's loads of them. Loads of weeds around the map. But yeah, I think it's not going to work very well because precision farming isn't set up, obviously, in that field. So what I'm going to do is just buy some fertiliser, solid fertiliser, and just see what it does, because we're going to need some anyway at some point. So I might get a pallet of that. So I'm now obviously going to fill that pallet up over there with some firewood. We're going to go sell it. I might go and sell it down at the bottom, maybe around here. And we might take a detour. I might go all the way down here, down this main road, just to see what this area is like over here. And then we'll sell it there, see what the price is there, and then we can go to the shop and pick up the pallet that I needed, but I forgot. And then we might actually have a look at some fertiliser as well, and if we can, we can just do it all in one go and bring that fertiliser back as well. I can't obviously bring back a solid fertiliser spreader because of the fact that I haven't got enough room, but we can definitely get the fertiliser because we're going to need it. Uh-oh, it's going on the train track. Luckily I never see a train, so probably there is no trains. Right, so let me just see if I can move them off. Well, let's get into the tractor. I'll get hooked up to the trailer because we are going to need that. So we'll quickly park it up. We'll get this crate in the back, and then we can just actually spawn it straight into there as we're obviously cutting it with the axe. It just makes it easier. There we go. Right, so let's get chopping. As you can see, these bigger chunks, they do take more hits, but they do fill it up more, so it's better if we can obviously get quite a bit. But we got 5,000 last time for a full pallet, so you can't go wrong with that, really. Can we chop this up anymore? It doesn't look like it, but we can get rid of the stump. There we go. Right, so let's go chop another one down. It is starting to go dark as well, 7:30. So, we need to try and get this done. Wow, that was definitely close to the tractor. Well, it says I don't have access to that land, so I'm going to have to throw them over here. Eventually we will probably buy that. It just makes more sense because I do want to build up on this area. I don't want to start off here and then move somewhere else. I do like this kind of little area out of the way. When I was looking around the map, it just appealed to me to do a survival series in this area. I think it would have been challenging. We can... there's a lot of fields around anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. We can always tailor it to what we need to do if we want to get some animals at some point and anything like that. It'll be fine. There's enough land around, especially on that side. And we can have the train track as a focal point inside the farmyard going through. Yeah. Shame a train doesn't go past. That'd be cool. Right. Right, so it didn't like that tree didn't really offer that much, but we'll keep going because there's still some daylight, so we don't have to worry. It's definitely getting heavier. You can feel it. I mean, we should fill it up now, definitely. I mean, we've only got technically one tree there, and I think there's one proper sized tree down there, so we are pretty much coming up to the limit now of what we can get. Be stuck after this, so we're definitely going to need to get some income from these sugar beets, and I think if we try and fertilise it, it might, make sense because it might give us some extra money. Also, we've got grass work to do. There's a lot of grass here, so we can obviously mow that down at some point. Right, so that looks fullish to me. No point in doing any more. That's pretty much there. So, let's close it up and get on our way. Probably going to need some lights now. You can definitely feel that it's getting heavy. But we have got a good amount of firewood there, so I'm expected to get at least the same amount. It really just depends on this sell point, but it could be better, so we might get even more, but obviously we're making the risk of getting less as well, so but I'm sure we'll find out. The lighting on this map as well is really nice. I have noticed that for some reason I think it's modified. It looks different anyway, but it is impressive, especially when in early morning and also obviously as the sun's going down at night, so it does look good. I like the traffic as well on the map because they're not just on main roads. I've actually seen them on some of the side roads as well. It's quite rare though that they're obviously less on them roads, so when you do see them you do notice it. It looks like we're going uphill a bit. I mean, an option could be as well, there's a lot of woodland on this map. We could see if there's a small area that's got a lot of trees on and actually purchase it. It really just depends on the actual cost. But it's always an option, because with this firewood we can make some good money, at least to start off anyway. Because at some point we're definitely going to need a more powerful tractor, like I've said. We need a proper field, not just one we've made ourselves that's small. We need a proper field. And then we probably need, I don't know, some kind of regular income, maybe some animals. Could start with sheep. Sheep are good. Right, so we're here. So where I actually placed it was just there. just at the side here. So let's just see how much we get for this. Fingers crossed, it's pretty good. 4,000, so not as good, but still good. So we do know now at least that the sell point up in the sawmill is better, which would make more sense really, because it's a sawmill. So I'm not disappointed with that though. That's all right. 4,000. So what I'll do now is quickly just go over to the shop. I don't know if it'll let me because it is 8:10. I know in the first episode I actually thought the shop was shut, but I just didn't even open the gate. I don't know why, I just assumed. I'm so used to maps now where they've got the automatic gates that open and close when it hits a certain time, so I just thought that it was closed because the gate was closed, but I didn't try to open it. So obviously, as you can see now, the gate's still open, and I think there is no time limit, I'll be honest, because the icon's there. Yeah, let's get some fertilizer because we're going to need it, and I might have a look now at a solid fertilizer spreader. I'm looking at this as well, and I think we might be able to pick it up and just throw it in there with that pallet, hopefully some fertilizer as well, but I don't know. We'll find out. Right, so the cheapest that I've found is 500 litres, which isn't obviously much, but it is only £140 for a big bag at 500 litres. And I think we can actually travel with this on the front, so I think this makes more sense to get. So at least I've got that, so that's over there now. So now we just need to quickly look at a spreader, and then we can figure out which one we're going to go for. Now I know I have got some reasonably priced ones like that, 850, that's not bad at all. There's a 550 one there that I do actually like, but I don't think we can pull it. But I do like that one, I'll be honest. I actually liked it like that was fine. So yeah, we'll get it second hand, 374, not bad at all. The only problem is we're going to have to wait to bring it back. Right, so what I had to do in the end was put the big bag in the back and then obviously carry the pallet, just because the pallet wouldn't have sat there right, and also it would have been a nightmare. So this is the way we're going to do it, and we'll have to come back tomorrow for the spreader. So it's definitely gone dark, and the lights aren't the best on this, especially when you've got a pallet of sugar beet seeds on the front blocking your view. Right, the good thing about night time is you can actually tell if there's traffic coming from a distance just by the lights, but I haven't got a clue where I am. I know I'm on the right path, I can look at the map and I know my caravan is somewhere over there, but I don't know where. I'm guessing it's that light. My turning's got to be around here somewhere. There it is. Wow, we really need to get some lighting at some point on this farm. At least I've got a toilet light, and that's what's guided me in the toilet. As you do. And I've always got my handy torch. Right, so we won't do anything else, obviously, because it's getting too dark now to do any work. But at least we've planted the sugar beets. That's all in the ground. We've got ourselves some fertilizer and a fertilizer spreader. We obviously brought back the seeds. We've sold some more wood. We've pretty much taken very close to all the wood we had available. We're sitting around 5,000, but we have got a lot more equipment than when we started, so we are progressing nicely, and it's been another productive day. But I'm going to leave the video there, so thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, I appreciate that, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos on Farming Simulator. See ya.